Hello, my dazzling stars, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we have a reading for the next phase of your life, what the next phase of your life has in store for you. And also, we're going to look at the energies which are present in your life right now, and what's the next phase which is waiting to come into your life. What are the energies which are waiting to come into your life, and how to make that transition better, how to make that transition easier. And yeah, we will explore around that topic. So starting from left, we have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can pick your pile and I'll see you at your reading. Do keep in mind that these are general readings, so only take the parts which resonate with you, and you will know when things resonate with you. You will feel that within you. You'll feel that resonance within you. So only take the parts which resonate with you and leave out the rest. Okay. So if you need some help deciding which pile to choose, the timestamps will be given in the description down below, so you can also look into the timestamps and see if there are any lucky numbers there for you, which that could be an indicator, or pick just going with the pile which you are intuitively drawn to when you saw this reading on your homepage or on your screen, and whichever pile you were drawn to the most, that is your pile. You can also listen to multiple piles if you feel that you're being drawn to multiple piles. It could be that there is some message for you there in those piles, so you can even pick multiple piles and look at the messages there and then decide which pile was it for you. Some people even listen to entire readings. They go through all the piles and then they decide which pile is the perfect pile for you. Okay, but it's really not that big a deal. Whichever pile you're drawn to intuitively, whichever pile you're drawn to instantly, that is the pile for you. Okay, so yeah, pick your pile and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, my group 1. So if you choose group 1, this is your reading. Okay, so for where you are at right now, you have the Eros, and what the next phase of your life has in store for you, you have the King archetype. Come on. Okay, I'm so excited for this group. Okay, so it could be that a lot of you are feeling this desire, this deep desire to explore something new, or maybe you're already exploring something new. You're feeling this deep desire to go into this field, or you're just exploring this new field, and it could be that you're not sure what that has in store for you. So there's a bit of unsurety which is coming to my mind at this particular point. So it could be that a few of you are unsure about this thing which you're working at, about this new thing which you started. It could be a new business, it could be a new job which you just started. Okay, so there is this unsurety, but at the same time you feel this deep passion, you feel this deep desire, you feel this deep attraction to this particular thing, and you know there is something in this particular area, there is in whatever you are doing or whatever new path you're thinking to walk upon. Okay, because since this is a general reading, so for a few of you it could be that you have not started working on this thing yet, but you have this thing, you have this idea in your mind and you want to really go forward with this idea, and because you feel that this is something which you were always meant to do. Okay, you feel that deep desire, you feel passion about this thing, and a good significator to know whether you are in alignment or not is that moment when you are thinking about a certain thing and you're thinking about walking down a certain road or taking a certain journey, and you feel excited about it. Okay, you feel excited, but at the same time you might also be feeling a little bit of fear, like you don't know where the path is taking you, you don't know what the destination is going to be. So is that moment, is that particular place where there is fear and then there is also excitement. It is that particular place and it is that particular time and it is that particular path which incites both in you, which incites the fears and which also incites those excitement within you, and you're really looking forward to, and it is just those butterflies which you get in your stomach and you don't know, okay, but you feel such a strong drive, such a strong pull towards this thing, and it is not totally known to you. This is something which you're still exploring, but the passion you feel for this thing, oh my god, it's mind-blowing. Okay, that passion and that feeling is an indicator that that is a path you are meant to work down upon. It might be scary and it might be, you might not be sure where that path is going to take you a year from now or a few months from now, but it is that excitement, it is that inner calling, that need to find out what this has in store for you. That is the indication that this is something which you are meant to work upon, and that doesn't necessarily have to be the end goal, that doesn't necessarily have to be the thing for you, because I see you branching out into other things as well. I'm getting a bit of a commitment phobia, like, there's this fear that you don't know if you actually want to be committed to this thing completely. So what spirit is telling me is that regardless of that fear, if you feel excited by this thing, if you feel that pull for this thing, if you feel this pull towards this thing, you really need to go down and explore. Okay, you need to explore this thing, you have to find out, because when you are 80, okay, or when you are 90 and you're lying on your deathbed and you're wondering, okay, you don't want to come back to this moment and have that thought that I wonder what would have happened if I had walked down that path. Okay, so right now spirit is really telling you to hone your craft, whatever the thing is which you're feeling this pull towards, which you're feeling so passionate towards. You really need to keep working on that thing, or you need to start working on that thing and find out what it has in store for you. Okay, now the next phase of your life, for the next phase of your life, you have the king. So this is an assurance that whatever this thing is, whatever this drive is, whatever this pull is which you're feeling for this thing, this is going to elevate you, this is going to take you a level up. Okay, and this is going to bring you to your authority. Okay, and as I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end path for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be the final destination for you, but this is going to take you so much up, and it is going to open up this world of possibilities. It is going to open up so many things for you. Okay, and for a few of you, well, for this pile, you really have this potential to become an authority in this field. And if this resonates with you, when I'm talking about you becoming an authority in your field, if this resonates with you, this is the right pile for you, and you have chosen right. And whatever the thing is, whatever that drive is, whatever that pull is towards whatever thing, that is the path you're meant to walk upon. Okay, and as I said, that doesn't necessarily have to be the end goal, that doesn't necessarily have to be the thing, because if you're thinking about a particular thing, let's say you're thinking about starting some jewelry designing, okay, and you don't know whether you really want to sell jewelry for the rest of your life, okay, or if you want to make jewelry for the rest of your life. So spirit is telling you that doesn't have to be the thing for you, that doesn't have to be the only thing for you. When you become the king, when you become this authority in this field, when you have explored this idea, when you have explored this thing, and when you have gone deep within this thing and you have established yourself, you will get elevated, you'll become an authority in this field. And when you become that, obviously you can always hire other people and teach them your craft. You can branch out, do new things, and then you'll have more people, you'll have a bigger market. So if, for example, if you want to then branch out from making jewelry into making something else, let's say you want to make this fancy sun catchers or something, but then you already have this market who you're selling your jewelry to, and so you already have this market, and they are going to spread the word out that, listen, pile one is now also making sun catchers, and it's so cute and it's so beautiful. And that, again, that doesn't have to be the thing. You can branch out, you can do so many things, and you can become an authority in your field. So whatever the thing is, whatever the pull is which you're feeling towards this particular thing, you really need to pursue this thing now in order for you to reach this stage. And this is the next stage which is waiting to come into your life. Okay, you're going to shine like the sun, you're going to become an authority in this field, and that is the next phase of your life which is waiting for you to happen. Then for your animal totem card, we have the white raven spirit. Okay, and it says trust in the magic. And this is such a beautiful line. Okay, and this is such a beautiful, I love this card, this is so beautiful. Okay, so, and the number is a 66. It's a double number. So if you are sixes, okay, so let's say if you are born on 15th, or if you're born on 6th of a month, or if you're born on 24, or I'm not that great in math, but like if you can just calculate your birth date and it rounds up to a 6, okay, or even a 3, because 6 plus 6 becomes 12, and then if you add a 1 plus 2, it becomes a 3. So if you are sixes or if you are threes, this could be an indicator again that this is the reading for you. Oh, we have another 12 here, so another 3. This is too long for me to calculate, so I'm just going to skip that. Okay, so and also if you say, look at this number here, it's 66, and that just reminds me of synchronicities, that reminds me of those coincidences which keep happening in our life. And also 6 is the number of a sudden good outcome, something which you're not expecting, but then that thing turns in your favor. So guys, this is so exciting because I'm really feeling the call that whatever this thing is which you are working upon, you're going to blow up in this field. Okay, you're going to become an authority in this field. Your wildest dreams are coming true, and you are not even expecting how big this thing is going to be. Okay, like imagine if you imagine what could be the best outcome where this thing could take you, multiply that. Okay, multiply that, because you are chosen. you are chosen to receive these amazing gifts from the universe. Okay, so keep working on that thing, and also keep an eye out for synchronicities. Believe in the magic. Trust that whatever coincidences are happening in your life, okay, that's not happening out of the blue. There's a reason behind those coincidences. So yeah, trust in that magic. And when you believe in magic, when you believe that miracles can happen in your life, they actually start happening in your life. So it's really about you believing in your own magic. It's really about you believing in your own, in the magic which can happen in your life, and the miracles which can happen in your life, because when you believe, things start happening for you. Okay, now we are going to pull a few tarot cards to see what the energies have in store for you. Okay, and we are going to dive a little deep into this path which you need to take. And we are going to explore the energies, we are going to explore the blocks which you need to navigate, and the things which might come up as an obstacle, and the things which might be stopping your growth right now. Okay, Spirit, can we have please out the card for the current energies? Okay, interesting. You have the Lovers reversed. The shift which you need to make. What is the shift which you need to make? Four of Cups, interesting. Love that. Put in the hard work. Where is it going to take you all? What is the next phase of your life have in store for you all? Page of Cups, opportunities. Okay, so for your current energies, we have the Lovers reversed. And what this means is that right now you are at that stage where there is that unsurety. And I think which just comes from this place where you are at right now, because you are not sure where this thing is going to take you, and that unsurety is coming in because of that reason. But what you need to do is the Four of Cups. You have to acknowledge that hidden ace. You have to acknowledge that cup which is being offered to you. You have to acknowledge that potential which is coming your way, and the thing which is just going to blow your mind up, and the thing which is just going to broaden your world up. It's going to blow your world up. Like, you have to intend looking at the things which are not really working in your life, and your energies are going into those things. But there is this one thing which you really, really love and which you're really passionate about, but then you're not working on that thing because you're not sure where that thing is going to lead you, what the end result is going to be. Or it could even be the fear which is holding you back. So what you need to do right now is acknowledge that thing. You have to acknowledge what your fears are. Yeah, you have to acknowledge what your fears are and what is actually holding you back. Okay, and then you need to start working on those things. Wow. Okay, and when you do that, okay, when you acknowledge this hidden ace, that's when the shift starts to happen in your life. Okay, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in your own capabilities, that you can make this thing work, whatever the thing is which you want to make work. Okay, it could be that I'm really getting the feeling that maybe you're from families which really talks about, like, the hard work. Maybe you are right now, you're working at a profession, you're working as something which your parents wanted you to, or something which just feels comfortable, something which just is there, some job which you, because let's face it, we all have to earn the minimum, and we all have to be able to feed ourselves. So you're working in this thing, and I'm also getting the feeling that for a lot of you, if not all, okay, again, do keep in mind this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so for a lot of you, it could be that your family really believed that hard work is what makes the bucks. Okay, hard work is what makes the bucks, and you cannot become rich, you cannot become successful by pursuing your dreams. You cannot, like, if you're an artist and if you're expecting that you can live a comfortable life by selling your art, that is not going to happen. That is not the reality, and that is just a sort of conditioning which you were brought up with. That is a childhood conditioning which happened, okay, in your past, and that is why you're not able to believe in your own capabilities, that you can actually take your passions and make them work for you. Okay, you can actually change your passions, you can actually make bucks out of your passions. Okay, so that is the fear, that is the mindset which is holding you back. Okay, it feels like you already know what this thing is. Yeah, you already know what this thing is which you're so passionate about, but you're hesitant to work because you don't believe, you don't see your own natural gifts, you don't see how powerful you truly are, and where this thing could take you. Okay, and you're not able to believe in yourself because of this childhood conditioning which was put in you. That was something which your family believed, that if you're an artist, you'll just starve to death. If you are a musician, then, well, not everyone becomes I don't know, Taylor Swift. not everyone can become an Adele, or not everyone can become a Taylor Swift. Okay, and it's just those belief systems which your family believe, which is really holding you back, and that is hindering your growth, and that is stopping you from moving into this thing which you really want to work upon, and the thing which you really want to pursue with all your heart, because of those preconditioning, because of those thoughts. Wow, it could also be that you are afraid of your family's judgment. Like, if you tell your family that you're going to pursue this thing which you feel passionate about, you're afraid of their reaction. You don't want them to react in the way you know that they would react, and that is actually causing you to just, you know, cross your arms and just sit there looking at the things which you have been given but which don't bring you fulfillment. Okay, so what you need to do is open up. When you open your arms up, like when we are having an argument, right? When two people are having an argument, and if your arms are crossed, you're not really absorbing what the other person is telling you. You're not listening to the other person with an open mind. So what you need to do is first uncross. You need to take off your defensive stance, and you really need to open up to the energies which the universe is sending you, because universe is sending you so much of guidance right now. I can't even. Okay, so uncross your arms. Okay, and burping is something which could happen when we are channeling. So yeah, that is a really strong message which came from your spirit. So you really need to uncross your arms and listen to what the universe is telling you right now. And when you do that and you work upon the things, because you really need to pursue this dream of yours, you need to pursue the things which you want to work upon, and you have that grit, you have the desire to work behind this thing, you have the energy. Like, it could be that you're working on something, and like you're working on something menial, not menial, okay, like maybe you're working as an accountant, or maybe you're working as, maybe you have a desk job, and that does not take your physical energy away from you, but that is taking your mental energy away from you, and you feel drained and tired. But then this other thing which you want to work upon, that is going to take a lot more work from your part. That is going to take a lot of work, and like you will have to do the work. Okay, and that is going to drain you, like in the literal sense, but that training is going to feel so satisfying, because you know, damn, because that would be you pursuing your dreams, that would be you pursuing your passions. And again, what the final advice is for you, so is the Page of Cups. So you have to believe that miracles can happen. If you look at this card, the cup almost appears empty, or even if it is not, there's very little water, and then there is suddenly this fish which is coming out of this cup, and the fish is humongous, right? But this guy, he's not surprised. It's like he was expecting this fish to come out of this cup. So he knew that yeah, of course, like this is bound to happen. So it's like when you put in the work, when you put in the hard work, when you put in your belief, when you put in the hard work, and when you believe in this thing, you will get the outcome which you're expecting. It's like this guy was expecting this fish to come out of the cup, and when he sees that fish, is like, yeah, of course, right? It's that assurance, it's that surety that whatever you're working upon, whatever your dreams are, whatever you're pursuing right now, those things can materialize, those things can come true. And when you work on this thing with that belief, you become the king, you become the authority. Okay, you have to start working on this thing, and whatever is holding you back, you need to let it go. You have to uncross yourself, and also, yeah, also pay heed to all the signs which universe is sending you. So I guess I believe like universe is sending you a lot of signs. It could be that you're opening your Instagram, and then there is a post about someone doing that thing which you want to do, and you can see them working on that thing, and you feel so good. But again, that doubt and that fear of where it might lead you, or that you won't be successful in this thing, just because that is the belief system which you grew up with, that is holding you back. So take a look at the synchronicities which might be happening all around you. Okay, right at this moment, right at this time and pursue this dream of yours with the passion, with the belief that things can actually work out and things will work out when you pour your heart and your soul into this thing, which which you need to do. Even if it is not exactly what it is, it's still going to be massive and you're going to become an authority in this field. Okay, it might not be exactly what your idea is, it might not be exactly what you're envisioning it to be, but it will still be bigger than what you could ever have imagined, you could ever have envisioned. Okay, so for your final guidance, which is messages from your spirit guides, we have the honesty and communication card. What was I telling you, right? Like if your friends, like if your family is holding you back, or you need to first be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Okay, the second card is take charge and action. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to open up to others. Like when your family is telling you that this is not something which you could pursue, or you just have to be open. Okay, you have to communicate with honesty. Like this is something, when you communicate from your heart, people listen. Okay, so if you are trying to sell your words, it could be that maybe let's say if you're a tarot reader, and if you really believe in that you are able to deliver, you are able to channel, and you're able to connect, you're able to link, you're able to channel. When you believe that, you open yourself up to the energies of the universe, and when that happens, you can actually do the thing which you want to do. That opens up that opens up your crown chakra, and that connects you with your higher soul, and then the work which happens, it's magical. Okay, and the other advice which your spirit guides have for you is take charge and action. I mean, like, are you even surprised at this point? Okay, you have to take charge and action. Start pursuing the thing which you want to pursue. Don't hesitate, don't hold yourself back. Okay, and even if your family comes up or your friends come up and be like, oh, but you are at such a good job, you're doing such a nice thing, you're living such a secured life, just tell them this is not for me, and this is just something which I want to pursue for me. Okay, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see where this thing is going to take me. Okay, instead of trying to hide what you're trying to do, you open up, you communicate with honesty, and you communicate with honesty with yourself that these are your desires. You open yourself up to your own desires. You don't hold yourself back. That's when things actually start happening for you. Okay, and take charge and action. That's when you reach the stage, that's when you become the king. Okay, and I'm really going to focus again on this final message here, the trust in the magic of the universe. When you trust in the magic, magic can happen in your life. When you don't trust in the magic, how can magic even happen in your life, right? When you don't believe in miracles, they don't happen in your life. When you believe in miracles, they happen in your life. Okay, and I'm going to draw a final guidance from the from the Moonology oracle cards for you. A final message for pile 1. What do they need to know? Any advice from the spirits? Please, spirits, can we get a card, please? Okay, this one. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Okay, this is great. Okay, so we do have a full moon approaching, like as always, right? But this is saying that a win-win outcome is forecast. Whatever the thing is which you're trying to achieve right now, whatever this thing is, like, only good will come out of that situation. Okay, even if you're not able to reach the destination which you would like to reach, even if you don't reach the stage which you think you want to reach with this thing, with your passions, okay, with this new project of yours, with this thing which comes to your mind when I talk about your passions, even if you're not able to reach the destination which you have in your mind, only good will come out of this situation. Okay, you are going to win something, even if it is not that exactly that. Okay, and I'm saying that because usually our thoughts are quite limiting. When we think that we want to become the king, when we think about that, when we think that we want to become the authority of this thing which you are working upon, our thoughts can be kind of limiting, and what the universe can deliver to us, that is unlimited. Okay, so when we are trying to reach a certain goal, let's say you are trying to get 10,000 followers, or you're trying to get 100 people to buy things from you, or you're trying to earn this much, okay, this much amount. However much you can try to manifest, like however much you try to manifest, and whatever your thoughts are regarding that, okay, like whatever that outcome, that ideal outcome is in your mind, the reality is, and look at the like flame going crazy over here. Okay, the reality is, whew, and this is huge, guys. The reality is, you can't even imagine the best that can come out of this situation. Okay, like the best, when you let universe take control and take you to exactly where you're meant to be, exactly the place which is destined for you. When you let go of trying to control everything and just trust in the power of the universe takes you to a place which you could never have envisioned. Okay, and I don't know about you, but like I wouldn't want to keep chasing certain numbers like throughout my life. I don't want that for myself. Now of course you would have different ones for yourself, and that's fine, but the the message which is trying to come through here, the message which spirits have for you, is that when you are trying not to control, when you let go of the reins of that outcome which you want, okay, instead of trying to have this XYZ outcome, when you let universe give you the best outcome which is possible, again, when you are believing in the trusting in the magic of the universe, and you are letting the universe take control and give you the best thing that can happen for you, okay, the results which you can get, that will surprise you. Okay, you will reach a place where you could never have dreamt of for yourself, and that happens when you let go of the reins, when you trust the universe that only the best will come out of the situation. Only the best, universe only has the best in store for you. Okay, so believe in the magic of the universe and pursue your dreams, pursue your passions, okay, because only good will come out of that. Okay, so that was it for your reading. If this resonated with you, please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And I'll see you the next time. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello, my dear pile 2. If you picked pile 2, then this is your reading. Okay, so for you, we have the mirror. This is where you are, and this is what you need to do. Okay, this is also a work which is happening around you. This is what your spirit guides want you to know right now, and the work which you need to do right now. Okay, and then the energy, the next phase of your life, the energy that you're stepping into is the animal. Now, it doesn't mean that you become the animal. It means embracing yourself. Okay, it means being comfortable in your own skin. It means being in love, being accepting of who you are, and just embracing your own personality and not trying to hide your true self from anyone. Okay, and we'll get to that, but I want to spend some time with the mirror card over here. Okay, because this is really significant, what has come up for you. Okay, so the mirror here is telling us that use this as a tool. Okay, sometimes when we are using the mirror, we are trying to see like the reflection which is actually reflected is not the true reflection, right? The left appears to be the right, and the right appears to be the left, and that is the energy of the mirror. The mirror inverts what is, okay, and doesn't show us what actually is. So your left becomes your right, and your right becomes your left. But it is also through the mirror, it is how you use this device, that either you can use it to alter your perception, or you can use it to reach, to enter, to step into the core of your own personality. Does that make sense? And I can't help but notice that there is a moon there. So whichever the next full moon is, for you, because these readings are timeless. Okay. um these readings are timeless, and spirit will send you to these readings as and when you require them. So it doesn't mean that there is one definite full moon, but whichever full moon is coming up next for you, there could be a lot of like there your spirit guides, the universe wants you to do this reflection, wants you to do this mirror work on yourself, and step into the real you, step into being the real you. Okay, so if you know about Louise Hay, her work, she really works with affirmations, and she believes in altering our reality and healing our life using affirmations. And I'm a fan. Okay, like she's a really good place if you want to work with affirmations. She is a really great person who you can look up. Like there are tons of videos on Louise Hay, and you can also find tons of material online. And also there are her books. There's her book called "You Can Heal Your Life," which is really amazing. I would definitely recommend. And then there is Mirror Work book. So those are all great. Okay, so if you want to do mirror work, I would definitely recommend her. So what basically is mirror work? So when you're using the mirror as a tool to reach the innermost parts of you, what you're doing is that you're looking into the mirror, and then you're letting all the emotions, you're letting all those fears. Okay, like when we look at the mirror, as I said, what is reflected back is based on our perception. Okay, what is reflected back is based on perception. If you hate the way you appear, if you don't like how you appear, if you don't like how your chin appears, or what the shape of your nose is, or how your eyes are shaped, okay, like when you're looking at the mirror, those are the places that your attention goes to first. You'd notice all your imperfections, you'd notice all your faults which you don't like. Everything in you which you don't like, that is what your eyes are drawn to when you're looking at the mirror the first. Like, okay, my cheeks look so chubby, or like my eyes look so puffy, things like that. And I can see that you guys, like people who have big pile too, you guys are hurting. There is this deep feeling of shame. There is this deep feeling of resentment towards oneself. There is this deep feeling of not being good enough. And it really pains me. It's painful, okay, because I was in that energy at a particular point of my life. Like when I was in the lowest of my life, that is the energy which I had in my life. So I can definitely relate, and which is why it's a little difficult for me to talk through this. I'm getting choked up, guys. Okay, so I can feel this energy around you, okay, that there is this. Maybe people in your life have mocked you for the way you appear. Maybe you don't like. There are just things which people say without even understanding the deep impact that they could have on us. And it is that kind of thing. But those words, they remain with us. They remain with us, and they haunt us. And that is why we try like different things. We try to hide our true self, and that is why we try to hide who we actually are, and we fall into this loop of self-doubt and lack of belief in ourselves, and just not being happy with who we are as persons, right? And wanting to get up, wanting to hide ourselves, not wanting to interact with people because of our insecurities. Because like you might weigh a few extra pounds, or you might weigh a less, you might be underweight or overweight, okay, or you might even be obese. But it's usually like whenever we are having some issues with our weight, okay, it's usually because we have some emotions which we need to work through. Like I have tried. Now I'm not saying that this is the only way. Like of course you can go into a calorie deficit and exercise and all that, and that is all valid, that is all very valid, and you need to do that. You need to do that in order to maintain a healthy life. But my neighbors are making a lot of sound. I'm sorry about that, but messages are coming through and I don't want to pause right now. Okay, so we are going to make through this. This is the imperfections which we think there is, but is actually not there, because I know it could be that you didn't even notice the sound of the neighbors banging their doors on, like, or like just washing their utensils or something. So I could hear their voices, and I am very aware of that, because I want to film these videos in like almost total silence. But of course that is not possible, because there are people around, right? And I don't live in a soundproof room yet. Of course I would love to move into a soundproof studio once, but like, that is beside the point. What I'm saying is that we pick on our own imperfections, but it's usually that we are the only person who is actually seeing those imperfections, and those imperfections are not even something which is noticed by others. Is because we are so insecure about those little things, and it's about how we carry ourselves and how we go about that people also pick up on those things. Like, if you think that, let's say your lips are too thin, so you're always trying to overline your lips and then applying lipstick and lip gloss to make them appear bigger than they actually are. But in reality is that you have thinner lips, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. That is beautiful in itself. You are complete, you are beautiful as you are. And of course, if you want to go get your lips, get a injection and get your lips plumped, that's fine. That's your money, that's your time, that's your body, okay? And I respect that. I can respect that if you want to do it. But the lesson which your spirit guides want you to know is that you are beautiful, you are perfect as you are, okay? You don't have to chase a particular ideal, you don't have to chase a particular image of perfection which is put out by the world, and which is not necessarily the only way to live your life. Like, if you change countries, okay, let's say you live in the US, and then the makeup there is done in a particular way, but then you move to France and the makeup there is done in a completely different way, and then you move to India where the makeup is again done in a very different way, and then you move to Korea, makeup is done in a completely different way. It's because every society, every place has its own ideals of beauty, and there is not just never one ideal, there is never just one uniform thing, because beauty does lie in the eyes of the beholder. What one finds beautiful, the other might not, okay? And it really is this. Your favorite color will be different than someone else's favorite color. So how one person might prefer fuller lips while another person might actually like thin lips. And it is about you wearing your skin. It is about you embracing yourself for who you are, and not trying to fit into the dictates of the society. And that is how you step into your true power, that is how you step into your truth, into your authenticity, okay? And for mirror work, I suggest that you go and stand up in front of the mirror, pick up all the imperfections, all the things which you hate about yourself, okay? And then, I don't know if this is what Louise Hay says in her book, and I would definitely recommend her book, but I have not read that book yet, so I don't know, okay? So, but this is just something which I think is a really great exercise. So you stand in front of the mirror and you pick up all your imperfections, like, so you look at all your imperfections, and then you try to go back to the memory where someone said to you that your lips are too thin, or you go back to the memory when someone said that your nose is too fat and it's ugly, okay? Or that you're not pleasant looking, okay? Go back to those memories. Like, usually we have some memories associated with each imperfection which we find in ourselves, okay? Someone said something at some particular point, which is why And that is sort of a trauma, which that became a trauma for us, and that is why we keep picking those imperfections. It is not just about the society, it's about someone in our lives who we valued, or just someone who just randomly came and told us. Maybe it's one of your annoying aunties who came and told you, oh, you have such fat lips and they look horrible. But look at the media now, like everyone is chasing fuller lips now, getting their lips plumped up. And but that is the thing, beauty, even beauty ideals, they're not consistent. If you check, if you look, the beauty ideals change over time. Okay, sometimes we love a thicker waist, sometimes we are all about the thin waist, and sometimes we love thin lips come into trend, and then there are the thicker lips which come into trend. But the thing is, right now what you need to do is accept all your imperfections. Okay, accept yourself. You need to first have a conversation with yourself. As I said, pick those imperfections, and if you can go down to the memory where those insecurities stem from, erase those memories. Okay, stand in front of the mirror and just imagine holding that memory in your, or just having that memory on your mirror, and then you take a tissue, or you take a newspaper or whatever, or you take a piece of cloth, whatever you have handy, you just wipe that memory and visualize that memory disappearing from your mind, and just say that I am the creator of my reality. I love how I look. I love me. I accept me for exactly who I am. And this is going to take time, okay? This is not easy, but this is the work which you need to do right now. You need to find out, you need some trauma healing. You need to heal those parts of yourself which you are ashamed of, okay? And if it is too difficult for you to do this thing alone, and it might be, okay, because our traumas, some, it's not consistent. For some, the traumas can be much deeper than for others, okay? It's just I'm I'm feeling you guys, yeah. Okay, so seek therapy, seek counseling, talk to that person who supports you in your life. Find that one particular person, and if you can't find anyone, if you can't find anyone who would support you, if you don't have that person who you can go to and cry your heart out, call up your counselor. Okay, call up your therapist, seek counseling. There is nothing wrong with that. This is a part which needs to be healed right now, so that you can step into the next phase of your life, which is of the animal. And that's what I was saying. It doesn't mean that you become the animal or you become animalistic in nature, but have you ever seen an animal being ashamed of how it looks? The animals wear their skin because they know it is their skin. They feel confident in their skin, and they love their skin. Okay, they love how they appear. They love how they appear. And there is beauty in that. There is beauty in nature. Like, would you tell me that this wombat is not cute? Like, come on, look at how adorable this guy is. Do you think he thinks that he's too chubby, or he is too furry, or his nose is too blunt? Come on. For him, those imperfections don't exist. He is perfect in his own mind. For him, he is complete. And you need to step into that energy. That is the next phase of your life which is coming. Okay? And this is your spirit animal. This is the animal totem which came up for you. And it is the wombat spirit. And it says, be at home. And it's again telling you to be at home in your own skin, to be at home with yourself, to love your own skin and accept yourself for who you are. Don't change yourself in order to fit in. Don't change yourself in order to fit in. Trust the universe. Have faith in the universe that however you appear, whatever you look like, okay, whatever others might say to you, you are perfect. You are complete. You are a creation of God. There is, or universe, or spirit, okay, whatever you believe in, whatever, it's all the same thing. It's that power which we can't explain. You are a creation of that, and there is no reason why you should doubt that. That in itself is perfection. You are perfect as you are. Trust the universe. Everything is going to be okay. You are complete within yourself. And of course, if you still want to go and do that nose job or plump your lips up, that's fine. But it should be done from a place where you have accepted yourself, where you're still proud of your thin lips and yet going to get them plump just for the sake of it, just for the adventure, because you want to experiment how you look, how you appear. Okay, so that's why you're getting that. It shouldn't be because you are trying to run away from your thin lips. It should be because you're trying to find another way or just experience another way. It is the energy which you are associated with that. Okay, and right now you need to do the work. You need to feel at home in your own skin. You need to feel confident within yourself, and you have to accept yourself for who you are. Okay, and you need to step into this energy of the animal where you can just accept yourself and be confident in your own skin, where you don't judge yourself for the way you appear or the way you sound or the way you look or the way you dress. You are a creation of the universe, and you are complete. You have your own unique style. Don't try to imitate or look like anyone. Okay, have you ever seen a lion trying to imitate another lion just because the lion thinks that it has gorgeous manes than him? Like, come on. Not manes, mane. The animal kingdom does not imitate. The animal kingdom is confident in its own skin. Okay? You need to do your own healing, so that because in the future, I'm feeling that a few of you might even have the calling to become healers yourself, to become spiritual healers, to become doctors. So if you are staying in this energy where you are not even confident about the way you appear or the way you sound, if your confidence is not there, how can you help others with that energy? I mean, you still can, but wouldn't you want to help yourself first? Help yourself. You're the patient zero. Help yourself. Exactly. This is your current energy. You need to let those weights which have been carrying, okay, you need to stop fighting your own instincts. You need to pick the way you choose to appear. You need to pick your fights. Don't fight with yourself. Why would you fight with yourself? That is so counterproductive. You don't want to fight with yourself. Fight with the world who is trying to bring you down. Okay? You don't need to fight with yourself. Pause. Accept. Do the work. Do your own work. Okay? Heal yourself. I hope when you heal yourself, you will get this new idea, you'll get this new pentacle, this new seed which you can plant, because it's only when you have accepted yourself, it is only when you have accepted yourself, it is only when you have found peace within yourself that you can also find peace in the world around you. And then when you are at peace and you're within your own skin, that's when you can make magic happen in your life. So for you, the next phase is all about this healing journey. The next phase is all about you healing yourself, you healing your inner self, you healing that wounded parts of yourself, so that you can move into this new energy, the energy of the new, so that you can step into the fool's energy. This is going to be the outcome. This is the energy which is coming into your life. Okay, this card is telling you that you need to start something new, start a new journey. Okay, start a new journey. Take the leap of faith. Have faith in yourself. Know that no matter what, everything is going to work out, and you are perfect as you are. When you stop fighting yourself, things open up for you. The world opens up for you. Okay, I want my camera to focus. Yeah. Hello, excuse me. Yeah, we're focusing here. When you stop fighting with yourself, a new other world opens up to you. You find new ways of doing things. You find new purposes. If you're still lost on the purpose of your life, you might just find that when you have accepted yourself, it's when you have accepted your own power that that transformation can happen. Okay, this is such a powerful reading for you guys. The energy of healing is really flowing into your life right now, and that is what you want to work upon. You want to utilize that energy of healing, focus on your heart, and really focus your energy on healing yourself, on your own traumas, so that you can step into your power, so that you can step into being who you were always meant to be. Whew. Guys, I am excited for this new journey for you, because it means that you are ready. Okay, you are ready to step into this new energy. Never forget that. I'm just going to draw one final card for you. Let's see what the Moonology Oracle card has to say to us. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Hello, focus. Yeah. It's the same thing again. It is telling you to look into with yourself. It is telling you to look within yourself. Why do you feel that parts of you are not complete? Because you are complete. It is you moving into this new phase of your life. It is about you. It is telling you to move into the next phase of your life where you have accepted yourself, where you see that you are complete. Because when you do that, when you step into the new phase of your life with that energy of completion, you will find that so many doors are opening up to you, and things which you wanted to work out for you, things magically start working out for you. But for now, you have to focus on healing yourself. Okay, so yeah, that was it for your reading. If this resonated with you, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello, my pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So if you pick this pile, then you have the ocean as the energy which is available to you right now, and the vow is there in the next stage of your life. This is what the next stage of your life contains, which is the vow. Yay, exciting. Okay, so it could be that a few of you are getting married very soon, or you are going to swear in, you're about to be sworn into a job, or you have, like, it's one of those professions like a doctor or like a cop, where you have the swearing in ritual. Okay, but I see that there is a vow in your future, and this is what the next phase of your life contains. And I feel that you already know about this thing, that this is coming into your life. This is something which you have seen. This is something which is in your awareness, that it is coming into your life. That vow, that commitment, it is coming into your life. Okay, so I'm getting major marriage vibes from this card in particular, that maybe I'm going to focus on that a bit more, that you are about to get married in a few months or something, and that is why maybe some fears are cropping up. Okay, or that you're trying to manage like so many things, because obviously if you're getting married, you have to, and you are arranging, you're arranging a marriage, and you have this formal dinner to take care of, you have the walk, you have your dresses, the cakes, the flowers, the decorations, the tabletops. Like, there is so much to be done, and you just feel like you just don't have enough time to do everything. Okay, there's this energy of lack which is going on in your life right now, and this is what is happening here with the ocean, right? So you feel that yes, you have to get to this, you have to get to this point, but because of that time creeping up upon you, you're feeling that you are running out of time. Okay, for you, and now this won't resonate with everyone, but I see that for some of you, you might even have you might be having second thoughts whether this is something which you should be swearing into, because this is a big step for you. This is a big step for you. You are going to be you're going to take this vow of being faithful, of protecting the integrity, and maybe you're just having some second thoughts. Okay, so there is this fear which is creeping up in your mind because of this. And what the universe is telling you is that there is an abundance, like whatever you're afraid of, you shouldn't be afraid of that, because you're losing nothing when you're taking this vow. Only more and more abundance is going to come into your life. You're already in such a great place of abundance, but you're not able to see that because you're focusing on the time which is creeping up upon you, the time which is just moving too fast. Okay, and it feels like this day couldn't happen, like it's just coming to you too fast, and you still have so much to get done. Okay, like, or maybe you are working on something and it just feels that you're running out of time. What universe is telling you is that you have an abundance of resources. You have the power of the ocean within you. And can you imagine how powerful the ocean is? So if you are living near the ocean, going by the sea or going by the ocean and just spending some time there could be a great way for you to connect with yourself, to connect with Mother Nature. Okay, so your spirit guides are telling you that this is not something which you need to run away from. This is something which you need to embrace. Like you are focusing on the lack right now, which is why this portion is dark in this card. So it feels like your focus is there on the lack, what you don't have enough of. You don't have enough money to get the tabletop which you want. You don't have enough money to afford that dream dress of yours. You don't have enough time to put everything in order. So you're focusing on the lack right now. What universe is telling you is that you need to focus on the abundance. You need to focus on what you have right now. Like, okay, maybe you don't have all the money in the world to spend on that idea, that perfect, that gorgeous piece of dress for you. Okay, but the thing is, those things don't even matter. Those things don't even matter. What ultimately matters is that you find happiness in this thing. You make this thing your own, and then you find happiness in this thing. Okay, you are not getting lost just because you're taking this vow. It is not that you are losing yourself. You're finding yourself in this vow. This vow is not helping you lose yourself. This vow is making you find yourself. So for those of you for whom it's a commitment phobia kind of an issue, I feel you. I've been there, I am there, and I'm working through that. Okay, so yes, it is. I feel like this is my pile as well. Okay, so don't focus on the lack. Don't focus on the lack, but other things which are not working out. Okay, don't seek out signs of what is not working out. Focus on the abundance, what is just flowing for you, what all is just happening so smoothly for you. When you focus on that energy, things actually start moving smoothly. And even if you're having some conflicts with your partner or someone in general, those conflicts will also die down and move away once you move it from that energy of lack into the energy of abundance. When you start feeling that no matter what, people cannot take your happiness away from you. No matter what, people cannot take your time away from you. I mean, like, of course, we have to give people time, but then you also have an unlimited source of time. Okay, and I'm talking about manifestation shit, yes. Of course, I'm not telling you to take stupid risks or just jump into things without any plan. You do all that, you make the plan and then you jump in. But when you're making the plan, make the plans with the energy of abundance. Okay, that is also what the spirit totem has to say to you. So for your animal totem for this is the buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. That is what universe is just telling you, from both from this ocean card and this buffalo spirit card, that there is so much around you, there is so much love, there is so much money, there is so much time around you, and Don't you worry about the small things. Don't you fret about the small things. The universe will provide and things will be taken care of. Okay? You don't have to micromanage. You don't have to do every single little things all by yourself. Okay? There is time, but of course, if you're focusing on the lack, then that's what you attract. You get the lack. Okay? Instead, you need to focus on the more. And so we have two angel cards for you as well. All right, so for your first card, you have cancel, clear, and release. And what it's telling you is that you need to cancel out, you need to clear out. Like, we went into a major canceling became such a huge thing into back in 2020, when like the world, when COVID had like messed with everyone's minds, right? And then this cancel culture really came through, and everyone on the internet was like canceling every single person. So we all know about canceling. So what your spirit guides are telling you is that you need to cancel those feelings, you need to cancel those thoughts, you need to cancel those doubts which are keeping you tied down, which are holding you back from being the person who you are meant to be. Okay, you need to cancel those feelings, you need to cancel those thoughts, you need to cancel those energies out of your life. Okay, and you cancel and then you clear and then you also release those energies. Just imagine cutting all the cords from those energies, all the things which are tying you down, and then you're just making them into a ball, this big ball of energy of things which was keeping you tied down, and then you just sacrifice it, you just give it away to the universe. Tell the universe that nope, thank you, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't want this in my life. Okay, so you need to cancel, clear, and release this. Okay. And yes, and I think this is about the wow. So if you're having second thoughts whether you should go through with this, there's a strong message that yes, you need to go through with this. And I swear this was not planned. Okay, the cards came out as such. I mean, I pulled the cards having you guys in mind, like pile 3, but pile 3 I have to know, and every single card, it just fits, right? You can't make this sort of things up. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a few tarot cards for you just to get a little more clarity on the energies which is flowing into your life right now. Okay, the energies which is present in your life right now. Okay, so you right now, your energies right now, this Knight of Cups. Yes. Okay, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to cancel, clear, and release? What do you need? What does pile 3 have to cancel, clear, and release? What kind of pile 3 needs to cancel, clear, and release? Interesting. The next step which pile 3 need to take. Next step for pile 3. Nice. Okay, you got the Magician. Oh, I didn't realize that this was not on this. Lovely. Okay, great. Okay, so this is your current energies. You are the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups this is so interesting because what just occurred to me is that this Knight of Cups has this whole stream of the stream in front of him, right? There's this whole stream, but then he's looking into his cup, and this came out reversed for you, so I'm focusing on that message. He's looking into his cup, like if the cup is reverse, then it won't be holding the water would be flowing out. It's same with you. If you're constantly worrying about stuff, the good energies, you won't be able to hold those good energies into your life, and they will just flow out of your life. Okay, so you really have to pay heed, you really have to pay attention to what you're feeling and what thoughts you're projecting. Okay, and that is what you need to focus on. Feeling the abundance which is around you. You have this river, you have this ocean. So I feel like a lot of you might even be water signs or even earth signs, because we got the buffalo, so Taurus, Pisces, and Scorpio, and maybe Cancers. So yeah, okay. especially with this Knight of Cups, which is your current energy. So that's why I'm saying that. So you have the stream of water. Water plays a huge role in your life. So spend some time near the water if you can, and even if you can't, take a nice bath or a shower and try to wash away all your worries and your doubts and your fears in that water, in that shower. Okay, and do that as many times as needed. Like, it doesn't have to be a one time thing. And obviously you don't take 10-20 showers back to back. Like, no, you take breaks and then you wash away the energies, you clean your aura with the water. Okay, so you need to focus on the abundance which is around you. Don't focus on the lack, what is running out. Focus on what is abundantly around you. The next step which you need to take again is this perception. Okay, you are waiting for something to happen, you're waiting for that abundance to come to you, but the fact is that the abundance is already there. It's just that you're not able to see it. Okay, so first you have to get out of the mind space which you are in right now, where you are worrying about things constantly. You need to get out of that head space, and you need to focus on the abundance which is there in this world, the abundance which is there in your life. Okay, you move out of this energy of lack and you focus on the abundance which is available to you. Okay, so the next card which you have for you is that, and when you focus on the abundance which is there in your life, you become the magician. You become the magician and you are able to manifest. You're able to manifest your dreams into reality. The magician has all his tools around him, and he uses his tools and he changes, he alters. Like, he is kind of he's reminding me of the alchemist, how the alchemist takes mercury and converts that into gold. So it's that sort of energy, like what's above, so below. You're using your will, you're using your power of manifestation to channel that energy, that divine energy which is there in the universe. You're taking that energy and you're taking all that energy and you are making a garden out of it here. You're taking what you have here and you're transforming the scenery here. You are manifesting the life of your dreams. You can. So when you shift your focus from the lack and you move into the abundance mindset, you can make shit happen. You will suddenly see that things are just working out for you. Okay, maybe the dress you wanted, which you did not have the resources for, suddenly they are giving a discount and you're the person who just goes and gets the dress. Okay, or maybe someone just comes into your life and decides to give you some money, or someone comes into your life and tells you that, listen, I'm going to take care of this. You take a break, you take some rest. Okay, so you will see that things are manifesting in your life. Obviously you don't try to do this in a manipulative way, where you're thinking that, okay, that store, that boutique you're going to buy your wedding dress from, let them you're not trying to make them give a discount. You're attracting that, yes, whichever is the perfect dress for me, that is coming into your life. And when you're affirming that, when you're attracting that energy, when you're attracting that energy of that, yes, I'm getting the perfect dress for me and that is coming into my life, the perfect dress, and I can afford this dress, I can afford the venue, and it is perfect for me. I am affording the perfect venue and it is at my price range. Okay, so you become the master of your reality. You change your reality by attracting the right things in. Okay, it's not about changing other people's energies. It's not about making someone else cancel their own wedding or something so that you could get the hall on that particular date. It's about you. Like, if you're not getting something right now, it's because there's something better out there for you. Okay, it's instilling this belief in yourself that if something is a no, that means there is another door for you, which is even better and more amazing that this is. Like, what you were focusing on, it was too small for you. Okay, and there is a place which is actually better for you. And when you do that, when you become the magician, you can actually break free of the chains of the devil. You can break free of your fears. You can break free of the things which keep you tied down. It could also be that, yes, this vow is making you feel that you are trapped. You're getting trapped in this relationship, you're getting trapped in this job because you're signing a contract. Okay, so you have that energy and you don't know, you want to break free of the energy. But when you become the magician, you can transform this energy. You can transform this energy and you become from the devil. You can change this energy. Okay, so where you are breaking free of your own chains, you're free. You decide to stay in that situation. Okay, so the choice becomes yours. It is not something which you have bowed to, which is the only reason you're staying there. It's because you choose to, and you're breaking free of those chains. Okay, so when you become the magician, you can break free of your fears. You can break free of the lack mindset, and that is the focus here. Okay, so the message is actually quite clear for you. I'm just going to draw, if I could find my Moonology oracle cards, I'm just going to draw one final moon card for you to just tie this reading up with one final card. Can I get a message for pile 3, a final card for pile 3? Also, I really want to tell you that great things are coming into your life. Don't be afraid. It's because when changes happen, it can be scary. But the fact is that the movement which is happening, the moving which you might have to make, that is just going to help you grow. That is going to help you come out of your shell. And that is actually going to help you break free of this devil, the things which keep us tied down. And it's also that often the fears restrict our growth. So it is also about letting go of those fears which restrict, which are pausing, which is hindering our growth. Because often what we are afraid of, it's not actually existing there in reality. It only exists in the mind space where we are obliterated by the fear. Now mind that, I'm just going to shuffle again. Balance, spirituality and practicality. What an interesting card to get. Okay, so it's really focusing on the balance of things, balancing spirituality and practicality. And I feel what this particular card is telling you is that you need to find a balance between the practical things and the spiritual things. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we can get into our spiritual mode, sometimes we can get into spirituality and try to develop our spiritual practices and everything, or just live in that headspace of the 12th house of spirituality, where it's just easier to avoid certain things, where we are just avoiding the practical things. Like you're not spending that time with your spiritual practices, because I mean, of course you are working on your spirituality and that is increasing, but at the same time there is this running away from the practical aspects of life, which is partly what I think your devil was also about. So there is really this balance which you need to figure, and there is this balance which you need to find. So you balance the spiritual side of things, and you also balance the practical side of things. You don't go too much into either. You need both, and that is why both are there in your life. So you have to find that balance in your life right now. Okay, and I think balance, like whatever you feel there is a lack of, which actually is there isn't a lack of anything. Okay, the universe is abundant. The universe has everything which you can desire within it. But the thing is, sometimes we have to find a balance. Okay, like let's say if you have like a wedding coming up, and obviously you have to make some purchases and you have to make some necessary expenses which are just necessary for you. But like, instead, if you're just buying other things just to make it artistic and just to make it a little more nicer looking, and just to, if you're just spending too much on the unnecessary and attracting the lack mindset because of that, then you need to find that balance within yourself. Okay, because if you're spending on things which you don't need to spend on, then there's usually something which is keeping you tied into the situation. Okay, there is something which needs to be addressed. What are you scared of? Again, this fear. You're creating that lack in your life by spending on things which you don't really need, things you probably won't even use. So if you're feeling the lack, first you need also, first of course, shift your mindset, shift into your mindset of abundance. Do an audit of your purchases. Do you really need all the things which you have bought? Or another thing which you can do, which I'm trying to do as well, is that when you get this urge to buy something, you put that thing in your wish list. And if you feel that you still need to get that thing, like a week after you have put that thing in your wish list, and you determine the time for you. Okay, you determine the time span for you. If you feel that you still feel called to do that, if you feel called to make that particular purchase, then go ahead and buy it. But if not, then you can discard it. You don't have to get everything you get pulled to. Sometimes you need to find the balance, and for you, what you need right now is to find that balance. Okay, so yeah, that was it for your reading. Remember that the universe is abundant and there's abundance of resources, but don't spend frivolously is the message for you. Okay, so yeah, that was your reading. If this resonated with you, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello, my pile 4. If you pick this pile, then this is your reading. Okay, so for you, where you are at right now, you got the card of the Siren, and where the next phase of your life contains is the Shadow. Okay, and that just means to me, that appears to me that you have a very significant choice to make. You are at one of those crossroads in your life which will determine the next part of your life. Okay, so the choices you make right now, the decision which is even present in this Shadow card, there are two choices, right? There are two options. You can choose the lighter option, but you can also choose the heavier option. Okay, so whichever option you choose, that will determine the next segment of your life. So you are at a very significant position, at a very significant place in your life right now, which basically is shown here by this card. And first of all, before we get further into your reading, I would first like to thank you for choosing me as a channel for you all, so that I could bring this message across to you, because you guys are going through a lot. I can see that you guys are going through this lot. Okay, and this is like probably the toughest pile. Like out of the 4 piles, you guys have the most shit happening around you now. Pardon my use of that word, but that is just what I feel is happening to you right now. Okay, so where you are at right now is the Siren. So if you know the story of the Siren, and now don't quote me on that, I just have a rough idea about the story. I didn't do a full research on that story, but the sirens remind me of the story that they were creatures, like they were mermaid like creatures, and they were cursed to be in this particular island, and they loved singing. They had a very beautiful voice, they had a very seductive voice, and passers-by, the sailors, they would hear them sing, and they would be lured into those islands, into the island where the sirens were doomed to live in, because the sirens couldn't leave their island, and the sailors would go to the island, and then the sirens had to devour the sailors, because they were fated to die if anyone survived their singing. So no human person could survive their singing. And so I wouldn't be surprised, like, if a lot of you have a very pleasant voice, if you have a very beautiful voice, like something which is very seductive, or something even which is very pleasant to the ears, not the eyes, pardon me. Okay, so you guys have a very nice voice, but at the same time you are at a particular place in your life right now where you're sort of trapped, and you feel like there is no way out of this situation. Okay, and this is a difficult choice to make. You have a choice to make. Do you fight this situation, or do you conform to the situation? Because you know the shadow, like there are two aspects to this shadow. One is which takes over, the other is which is cast by the light. Okay, so, and I'm not talking about scientific stuff, but like this is just what I'm getting from this card here. Like there are two sides to this thing, there are two sides to wherever you are right now, and you have this choice, and there are two things which you can choose. And I know things might seem kind of hopeless right now. Like it could be that it feels like you're escaping one prison just to get into, just to have to go into another prison. Okay, maybe there are things, okay, maybe you have just changed jobs, and then the freedom which you thought you'd get in the new job, or the freedom which you thought you'd get in the new school, or at the new place, or in the new relationship, or even if it is a new place, okay, or relationship, whatever it is, you've thought that you would get some kind of freedom there in those places. But now that you're so close to getting that freedom, it's almost like it's been taken away from you, and you feel trapped as a result of that. It almost feels like you work so hard. Okay, and it reminds me of what one of my friends said, like very recently. So do let me know, you know who you are, that if you chose the smile, do let me know. Okay, and so it feels like, okay, so like you were so close, you almost had the taste of the freedom, you thought that you're finally escaping this jail. Okay, but then something has shifted. There has been some move has been made by your kidnappers, like whoever you are answerable to, or whoever you think you are answerable to. Okay, and it just feels like, and to you it just feels very hopeless right now. You might feel that you just escaped this prison, and now you just have to enter another prison with the same things, with whatever was blocking your freedom, with whatever was stopping your growth. Okay, with whatever was blocking your freedom, that thing still being there, and that thing still blocking your freedom. Okay, you don't feel free, you feel trapped. Okay, and suddenly it's like the rug has been pulled from under you, and you feel like it's all the same thing. So what was even the point of all of you trying to go through life? And I just so I pull the cards, and I just reach for your animal totem card, and this is your animal totem card. Okay, this is the chameleon spirit. Act as if. Okay, and this is interesting to me because it feels like just what I was saying here with the siren card here, that I know sirens are made to be villains. Sirens are made to be villains by the society, or there are some society who think that sirens are villain, but then they are also the protagonists and the villains in their own stories. Okay, they have this beautiful voice and they love singing, but whenever they sing, if there is any unlucky soul around, and then they hears their voice, and they're lured into the island, and then the sirens have to devour them because they cannot let them leave. Now obviously it's not as dramatic, your life is probably not as dramatic as that, but I'm really getting the sense that up until now, okay, like you really conformed to certain boundaries. If it was your family which was keeping you trapped, if it was something, whatever it was which was keeping you trapped up until this point, you adopted, you changed yourself, you pretended to be something which you are not, just to be with this family, just so that everyone is happy, just so that everyone is content, and you were just waiting for this next stage of your life to start before you could start expressing yourself. And it just seems so striking to me that here the chameleon has almost dissolved, and I'm really getting the message that now is this time that you stop being the chameleon. Now is this time that you start owning up to who you are. Okay, you start standing up for who you are, because let me tell you, it might sound scary, and I have my moon in my 8th house, so I wouldn't be surprised like if you guys also have, if some of you also have like some placements in there in your 8th house, because 8th house is like the prison. So if whichever planet is there, that feels imprisonated. Okay, you're not able to express that, and it's that you have to move, you have to make that shift from within yourself. You have to start acting as if. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys if you have some planets in your eighth house. Okay, and what is really coming to me is that now is the time for you to make a choice. Now is the time for you to make a choice. Do you want to dissolve into your background again, not be noticed? Or do you want to stand up in your own light, in your own power, and be the person that you are? Express yourself for who you are. Okay? And because with that, comes liberty. With that comes your freedom. When you express yourself for the person who you are, when you put your points across, when you put your opinions across, when you let yourself be seen, other people see you and then they can acknowledge you. Okay, other people can see and acknowledge you, and that's when things start to transform. Okay, as long as you are not fighting for yourself, you're not standing up for yourself. Like the sirens were made villains in their own stories, but it's more of a tragedy because they couldn't leave their island, and then they couldn't have a life which was beyond that island, so they just spent their days in and days out being villainified. But the fact is that they were just trapped, they were just prisoners in the beautiful, in just an island, and they couldn't leave the island. It's so tragic. So right now, okay, let's not focus on the tragedy. Now I know you have been through a lot, but the reason that this lesson, that this particular part has come up in your life is because you can fight through this, you can overcome this. So we also have two angel cards for you, and yeah, I did take a peek just to see if I was going in the right track, if the message is aligned, and it does. Okay, so first of all, your angel guides are telling you strength and guidance. They are giving you a strength and guidance to stand up for yourself. They are guiding you. Okay, so that restlessness which you are feeling within yourself, that is because that is there for a reason. You don't want to adapt, you're done adapting, you don't want to conform, you don't want to mellow yourself down, you don't want to stop shining for who you are, you don't want to just be trapped, just leave the same patterns day in and day out. You're done being that person, and now you're ready to fight. But I know fear might be holding you back. Like, how do you even fight? There are so many reasons why you shouldn't fight. There are so many reasons why you shouldn't fight this authority who is holding you back. Why you shouldn't get out of this cage. Okay, it almost feels like your dreams have been taken away from you. Okay, there are so many reasons which are coming into your mind. But let me just tell you that in every story, wow, okay, in every story, there is this part, right? There is the climax where the boss villain, or if you ever played games, so you know, like the biggest and the baddest of villains, they come up. Okay, they come up at the final, like at the big finale stage, right? And then the boss, it's like the boss villain has kidnapped your family, they have your family trapped, they have the whole city trapped or something, and then you are the only person who can stop the villain. But of course you cannot stop them because the villain is telling you, because the villain is telling you to give up. The villain is telling you that you need to give this up, you need to give this shit up. Okay, and you need to stop being the hero that you are, and you just need to lay your arms down and surrender so that they can have their way and everyone else can be safe. Okay, so now it seems hopeless, you have no way out of the situation, your family is with them. Okay, and you cannot sacrifice your family. Okay, you cannot sacrifice your family, you cannot sacrifice the whole town, you cannot sacrifice the whole city just so that you could live, right? So you lay your arms down and you're ready to give yourself up, but at that very moment, at that very point, because you're the hero in your story. You can think a way out of this. You suddenly come up with an idea, you see a ray of hope, and you take that ray, you take that little spark of idea which strikes within you, and you take that spark, you take that idea, and then you turn the tables around. When just before you are defeated, just before you are killed, you come up with this brilliant idea to save everyone, right? And then you emerge victorious over the villain, you have vanquished the villain, and that becomes a happy story. Or the hero dies in the process, and then it becomes a tragedy, right? So of course, again, hopefully it's nothing as dramatic as that, and yeah, hopefully it's nothing as dramatic as that. But so right now you have the story. Do you conform? Do you stay? And this happens because universe is testing you for that one final time. That's why just when you're so close to the goal, just when you're so close to the finish line, you suddenly trip. Okay, you suddenly tripped because there's still some seconds before you can make it, before someone takes over and you have lost. Okay, so that there's still a chance. The fact that you have come to this reading is because you know that there is some hope. You know, you're seeking that hope, you're seeking that ray of light, which is why you have arrived at this reading. And your angel guides are telling you that they're offering you their protection, they're offering you their strength. All you have to do is call out to them and embrace. Okay, so just call out to them like, my angel guides, I am ready to accept you. I open myself up to your strength. Please protect me and show me the way through this. Help me fight through this. Help me overcome these challenges and get to the other side of this. Okay? And when you do that, when you have opened yourself up, when you let yourself be seen instead of hiding constantly, when you let yourself be seen, you become vulnerable, right? You let your heart open, you let your heart out, that this is who I am, this is what I stand for, and this is what I'm going to do. You take your freedom. When you're vulnerable, when you have let yourself be vulnerable, the freedom suddenly appears. When you have opened yourself up to vulnerability, when you have opened yourself up to the gifts of the universe, and when you have opened yourself up and let yourself be seen as you are, because she is holding the star. Your angel guides are telling you that you need to be vulnerable at this moment, because when you are vulnerable and you let your heart out, when you express your feelings, when you stand for who you are at the most vulnerable stage. But at the same time, you attain that freedom when you let your true self be seen. That is such a vulnerable state of being, because it was not easy for me to stand up to my family at times, okay, and I had to make certain choices as well. But it's when you have expressed yourself, it's when you have stood up for yourself, it feels so empowering and it feels so good, okay, because you cannot lead your entire life just trying to please other people. You cannot keep on leading your life pleasing other people and living for other people. You cannot do that. What you need to do right now is stand up for yourself. Okay? So yeah, that is the message from your spirit guides for you. Stand up for yourself now. You need to do this for yourself. You have done a lot of adapting. You have done a lot of sacrificing. Now is your time to take up the power back in your own hands. Now is the time that you be you and let the world see you for who you are as a person, as a soul, what you stand for. And that is going to bring in freedom into your life, the freedom which you are craving and the freedom which feels lost here. That will come when you open yourself up and you're vulnerable. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to pull up your final tarot cards just to see what the cards have in store for you. Okay. That right now. Okay, I'm going to keep the 2 cards which dropped. Great. Okay. Makes sense. Yes. Joy. Love that. Okay. So this is where you are at right now. You're constantly looking over your shoulders. You constantly feel that you have to look over your shoulders, so that, and you have to be this person who is always adapting, who is always camouflaging themselves, and you are constantly looking over your shoulder so that nobody sees the real you, and that is you right now. And it is all your fears, it is all those fears which you have hidden underneath, and it is your fear of being seen as well, because the moon is a very soft light and the moon card came out reversed for you. So I'm really getting the sense that, which also aligns with the siren card over here and what I was talking about, the fear of being seen, of not being accepted. Maybe like if you show who you really are, that maybe people will fight, or there will be some repercussions, there will be some tensions, and you just want to avoid that, you just want to avoid those tensions. But at the same time, you have reached a particular state of being where you're done overthinking, where you're done being in this particular place, and you're ready to move to the new horizon. Because you have been to your lowest point, you have been through your lowest point, and now is your time to reach out, and reach out for this dawn which waits for you. Okay, because if you see here, like the dawn is coming on the horizon, so there it really gives the sense that this guy over here, this person who is wounded, that this person has finally seen that this person is ready to get up. Because these words, these are more of mental, these are your thoughts, these are things which keep you trapped, these are your barriers which are keeping you trapped. But you can see that there is a dawn over the horizon. Now the choice is yours. Do you get up and reach for it? Again, the same time continues. Do you get up and reach for this dawn, or do you just stay here crying over what you have lost? Because when you reach for it, you realize that there are 2 cups over here, there is more hope over here. But obviously you're not seeing that because you have lost so much up till this point, and nobody is saying that you have not. Okay, but at the same time, you also have this river here, so there is abundance which is waiting for you. All you have to do is look up from this particular state. All you have to do is look up, look that you have empty cups, you have cups with you, and you can always fill your cup with as much as you want with this source right over here. And whatever you have lost here, the source contains so much more of that, more of what you want and what you actually need in your life. And when you do that, when you have made the right choice, which you know which choice that is, okay. And I didn't pull a 5th card for any of the other piles, but then I felt like, because you guys are going through a lot, you really needed that 1/5 card. Like, where would this take you? It's when you have fought your shadows. When you have fought your shadows, you will go to a point of celebration. You go to a point where you can finally feel safe, where you can finally celebrate, where you finally have the joy and the freedom to be yourself and express yourself for who you are, instead of trying to be someone else for your family, for whoever it is, okay, for your partner maybe. So if you're in a toxic relationship, this is really a time for you to get out of that. You don't want to stay in this energy forever. This is just draining you. And your angels are here. Your angels are here waiting for you to see that. Your angels are here waiting for you to see that you have the strength with you. You have the strength within you, and all you have to do is acknowledge that. All you have to do is see that. You're done adapting. You're done being the chameleon who you have pretended to be up until this point. You're done being that person. You're done blending into the shadows. Now is the time for you to shine. Now is the time for you to show up as who you are. Now is the time for you to be who you are. Now is the time for you to express. Let yourself be seen. Ooh. Oh my God. Can you believe this? I love this. Okay, so you got 2 cards. And I'm going to keep both the cards because they're so apt in your situation. Okay, the first advice which you have is full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. It is, as I was saying, and you saw me shuffle. This is telling you that it's time to show the world the real you. Like, you can't make this shit up. Okay, it's time. Your angel, this is message from your angel guys, that it is time for to show the real you. Okay, and okay, I'm also getting the sense that because okay, I'm also getting the sense that whoever is trying to keep you trapped in the situation, they're not going to be able to do it, because your desire to break through, your desire to be who you are, your desire to be seen for who you are is too strong right now. Okay, because Aquarius is the sign of the freedom fighter. It is a sign of the water bearer, of course, but Aquarius also fights for the rights of people. Aquarius is the liberator. Aquarius is a great liberator, and right now you have that energy with you which will take you to that liberation, which will help you liberate yourself from this particular state. Okay, and then you're very close to achieving your goal. You're so close. You're so close to reaching the place where you were, or where you want to be. Okay, so do not give up at this point. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, you're very close to achieving your goal, and you will achieve your goal. You're very close to it. Do not give up. Show the world the real you. It is time for you to show the world the real you. And it is time for you to shine in your own light. Also, okay, if you know about the gibbous moon, it is a moon right before, it's the stage of the moon right before the moon turns into a full moon. So it is that stage where the moon is almost full but not quite. There is just a little more, just a little wait before the moon can be a full moon. So you're very close to achieving your goal. That's what the card says. But also, it is a message for you. It is again a message for you that it is time for you to be the full moon. It is time for you to shine out with your light, because when you shine out with your light, nobody can touch you. You become untouchable. Okay, nobody will be able to put that finger on you, or so keeping you trapped. Come on, you're shining with, this card is telling you, your angel guides are telling you that you need to shine with your full light. Turn every situation on its head. Think a way out of the situation. You can do this. Okay, all you have to do is believe that you can do this, and when you see this, you can reach this stage of joy from being this chameleon over here, where he is just hiding himself. He is blending into the shadows, so he is no longer himself, but or herself or itself. Okay, but in this card there is celebration, there is joy. Obviously you have attained something, and there is this joy here. It is usually marriage comes to my mind. So if you're also fighting to marry a particular person and then your family doesn't approve, well, hard luck. You have to follow your heart. Whether the person, it doesn't matter whether it takes you. The fact is that you have to follow your heart. You have to be the one making the decisions for yourself. You cannot do or not do something just because your family doesn't approve or approves of something. Okay, you have to stand up for yourself. This is your life. You are allowed to make your choices. You're allowed to make your mistakes and be seen as who you are. You cannot keep on following the patterns of your family and just living up to their whims or patterns. Okay, so be you, show the world the real you, and you're very close to achieving your goal. Do not give up at this point. Okay, so that was your reading. If this reading resonated with you, if you got some hope which you are looking for from this reading, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me the pleasure of reading for you.